Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins, inching closer to that holiday weekend.
I know. Lots of people getting excited for it.
Right here. And I'm sure John Scalzi is as well. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you. Yes, indeed. I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to keep my dogs all quiet with all the thunder and the lightning with the thunderstorms, as well as the, of course, the fireworks displays.
Exactly.
Well. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Yeah, I'll take advice.
I'm happy for you. I can't help you.
No. All right. Anyway, we had some showers and thunder boomers around yesterday. Some of the rain coverage was pretty good, actually, near the coastline. A little bit better than it had been over the last several days. I didn't get much of my house, but about a mile or so away, there were some pretty good showers taking place. A radar review shows those showers building first inland and then gradually drifting out toward the coastline. Some of the rain was kind of heavy, actually, at times. We'll look for a daytime high today that tops out nicely under the influence of all that sunshine around, and probably about 92 or so for a daytime high. And a rain chance today about where it was yesterday, 30–40%, something like that, and close to the coastline as well as inland. So everybody gets in on the rainfall act. We'll have a little bit more on the forecast coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. There's the roads right now. State Road 70 already showing some congestion, particularly in the westbound lane heading toward US 41. Farther south into Sarasota County, the only blip we see on the screen is up there at University around Cattleman heading toward Lakewood Ranch. Otherwise, do have a problem there on I-75. Maybe we can find out what that little, 75 northbound accident before 191 River Road. Just before you get to Jacaranda is River Road in South Venice, so be aware of that. Otherwise, all clear at 5:02 on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this morning, the Florida Department of Education has released grades for school districts across the state.
And both the Sarasota County and Manatee County school districts have good report cards. Our Rick Adams has the results.
The results for the 2016-2017 school year are in, and they have a lot of folks smiling. For the 14th year in a row, Sarasota County received an A grade from the state, while Manatee County improved from a C to a B. Kanani Kekahuna is a parent of two students who attend elementary school in Sarasota. She's thrilled to hear that her children's school, as well as the entire school district, received the highest grade possible.
Education is #1 for me with my kids, and they know that. And so to have them at the school, I'm confident that while I'm working away from school, they're getting the education that I'm counting on for them.
27 schools in Sarasota County received an A, with one getting a D. Alta Vista Elementary School in Sarasota is one of the many schools to get an A.
We are so excited. It took a tremendous amount of work by so many people working together, collaborating.
Dr. Todd Bowden, superintendent of schools for the Sarasota County School District, tells us what he believes is behind the district's continued success.
We live in an outstanding community that has entrusted us with additional resources that other school districts just don't have. And there's no substitute for that high quality interaction that takes place on a day-to-day basis between our teachers and students.
In Manatee County, 14 schools received A's and 11 had D's, and there were no F's. This after 3 of the schools had F's just a year ago. Manatee County School Superintendent Dr. Diana Green says she's happy to see the tremendous progress in her school district.
We're excited about the growth that our students are making with our state assessment. It is indeed a win for our entire community.
School districts in the state of Florida are graded on 11 different criteria, including test scores and graduation rates. In Sarasota County, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And the latest grades show schools throughout the state are improving. The preliminary grades show more than 950 schools received A grades. Only 43 received Fs. Compared to last year, the number of A grades grew by 7%. Fs dropped dramatically. And by the way, this is bragging rights. Sarasota County is only one of 10 districts in the state to have an A grade.
Today is day 4 in the trial of Chief Tom Lewis of the Punta Gorda Police Department. Jurors heard from Gene Sims yesterday, a firearms instructor who was called in to help investigate after the shooting of Mary Knowlton last year. Sims said it is not common practice to use blank bullets in a shoot-don't-shoot scenario, but the defense argued those blank bullets are allowed according to FDLE rules. The prosecution continued their argument, saying the entire shooting would not have happened if Chief Lewis had better control on the department. you designate checking Lee Cole's firearm to?
I do not know.
Could you ever make a conclusion after reading all of the command staff statements?
No.
Chief Lewis faces charges of culpable negligence and could face anywhere from 60 days to 5 years in prison. And new developments this morning involving a Palmetto woman arrested in connection with her mother's death. Kayla Collier entered a no contest plea yesterday and was sentenced to 5 months jail time, which was already served. Collier was charged with accessory to murder, grand theft, and tampering with evidence after her mother's remains were found last year in Virginia. Investigators say Collier's boyfriend, Roy Nichols Jr., admitted he killed Collier's mom, Tricia Freeman, during a struggle. Nichols is charged with second-degree murder. As part of the deal, Collier must testify against her boyfriend, Nichols. A date for Nichols' trial has not yet been set.
Sarasota police now have a third shooting in 10 days in Newtown. This one does involve an injury. The most recent happened around 10:30 Tuesday night on 33rd Street near Goodrich and Osprey Avenues. Police said the victims were walking along 33rd when a Mercury sedan drove toward them and fired shots. One man was hit in the foot. He was taken to the local hospital. Police used canine officers to try and track down the shooter, but no arrests have been made. Police are now trying to find out if this shooting is related to 2 other recent shootings in the same area, one at 32nd and 301 last week, followed by another shooting on Sunday at 31st and Goodrich. Police have not yet said if they are aware of a possible motive.
After a 10-day investigation, troopers have made an arrest in a hit-and-run crash in Sarasota County. Jorge Martinez is charged with leaving the scene of 2 crashes on June 17th, driving with a suspended license, careless driving, and failing to provide insurance. Florida Highway Patrol says Martinez was driving behind a car on I-75 near the Clark Road exit, changing lanes several times. His Chevy Cruze hit the car, which traveled onto the grass median and then hit a tree. The driver and passenger in that car sustained minor injuries. Troopers say Martinez left the scene of that incident and was involved in another crash that same day near University Parkway and Cattleman Road. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is continuing their investigation this morning after several car burglaries. They all happened in the Willow Walk subdivision off Mendoza Road in Palmetto. Sheriff's deputies are searching for the men involved in these pictures and remind drivers to be vigilant and always remember to lock your cars.
The group Life Support Training Solutions and the Suncoast Blood Bank are teaming up to help students in the healthcare field. The Sarasota students are training to work for blood banks. Students helped people yesterday with donating, and one recent grad says it's been a smooth transition so far.
They teach you, hands-on at the school, and they work with you constantly, whether you have questions about anything, and they're willing to help you.
Good news, students with Life Support Training Solutions have been placed with organizations like the Suncoast Blood Bank within just a few weeks of completing their program.
Well, most of us have noticed in Venice and Sarasota are becoming more crowded. Well, that could be because they've been rated 2 of the best beach towns to live in. Wallet Hub naming Sarasota the 12th best beach town to live in, and Venice 28th. The poll compared 227 cities across the country and ranked them for affordability, weather, safety, health, and quality of life. Sarasota is in the top 3 when it comes to quality of life, and just south of the Suncoast, Naples took in that top spot.
Some kids and adults with special needs got the chance to enjoy a day on the water at the annual event considered the heart of this weekend's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. The Friendliest Catch Fishing Tournament on Sarasota Bay brings together local fishing charter captains who take kids and adults out for a day on the water. Suncoast Charities for Children host the event at the Sarasota Outboard Club. Organizers say it's a favorite event of both those who take part and the boat captains.
They're a special needs group. We invite them from, the different communities. Some are in wheelchairs. Some, they're just physically challenged. They have their daily obstacles that they overcome. And it's a big day for them out here.
It's just great to get out and all the kids to get out in the sun, and we so appreciate the captains for volunteering their time, but it's just a great way for everybody to get out and interact with one another and enjoy the water and enjoy the sunshine and catch some fish.
Very nice. The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival continues into the weekend with several big events, including a big block party in downtown Sarasota on Friday night. Racing is set for Saturday and Sunday off Lido Beach.
The city of Northport wants your feedback on a future playground. The city plans to build a boundless playground at the Garden of Five Senses off Pan American Boulevard. A boundless playground is designed for all children, including those with physical, developmental, cognitive, and sensor disabilities. Right now, the design includes slides, swings, a modified teeter-totter, and other activities that will allow children to experience independent, self-directed play. People in the community can take an online survey now until this Friday to give their opinions on this design. For more information on where to find that survey, you can check us out on our website at mysuncoast.com.
Suncoast scientists, veterans, and teenagers are working together to help restore a reef in the Florida Keys. Members of the Combat Wounded Veteran Challenge and Scuba Nauts spent the day Tuesday with scientists at Mote Marine. The group planted 500 nursery-grown corals near Lou Key. This is the 6th year of the unique partnership that aims to restore our marine habitat. Mote Marine recently received a $500,000 grant from the state to restore about 25,000 corals. Big project. And a happy ending for a bald eagle on the Suncoast. A volunteer rescuer with the Wildlife Center of Venice found a bald eagle in Placida, and a deputy with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office helped bring it in for evaluation and then rehabilitation. A Nokomis vet found there were no injuries to the bones, but was very thin. The Wildlife Center released the bald eagle back into the wild at this location with hope to reunite it with its mate and family. Very nice. If you have any good video or pictures, send them our way. There's our address online, also our Facebook page as well. Nice to see those eagles looking healthy again.
I know. I'm so glad that it was able to get back out and be healthy and hopefully start a whole new life with a whole new family.
Yeah, took off nicely.
Yeah.
You look on the web, and the Florida Division of Forestry, I guess it is, has a website that shows you where all the bald eagle nests are. Oh. And you'd be surprised at how many there are.
Really?
Hundreds.
They track
hundreds
those.
and hundreds. Yeah.
They're beautiful animals. They're gorgeous.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We have across our region today, again, good chances of showers and thunderstorms. Sea breeze kept close to the coast makes for a hot day. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, still ahead, a dance party for older crowds may soon come to an end on the Suncoast. That is, if you don't get out and lace up your dancing shoes. We'll tell you more as part of this week's In the Spotlight.
And later in the hour, a high-ranking cardinal in the Vatican facing some serious accusations. That story at 5:34. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-747-0618. 800-747-0618.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, an easterly wind has established itself nicely now, and we'll be looking again at a daytime high that tops out pretty warm. We hit 92 yesterday, and we'll get very close to that again today. No reason to expect otherwise. 74 degrees current air temperature, dew point at 72. We have an east wind at 3. Although it's a light wind, it's fairly uniform right across the entire state, and that wind is tending to keep our temperatures fairly uniform during the afternoon. 75 degrees in Wauchula, 75 in Arcadia, 74 Punta Gorda, 75 in Mayaca, Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Parrish, Sarasota coming in at 74. Right along the immediate coast, a degree or two warmer with 77 at Longboat Key, 77 in Inglewood, and 76 degrees in Venice. So yesterday, the inland temperatures, just looked at a reporting station in Ona, coming in at 92. And the Sarasota temperature was 92. That's because the sea breeze was kept very close to the coastline. And that was a focal point for shower and thunderstorm development. Though currently we don't have a lot of activity ongoing, I don't think we'll see a lot of activity during the morning hours. In fact, like yesterday, I think the shower and thunderstorm development will occur pretty late in the afternoon and then continue on into the early evening until the dynamics of the thermodynamics of the atmosphere are used up with all the daytime heating. We have some showers ongoing back toward Louisiana Delta region, extending into the panhandle of the state. There's an old boundary here that's still in the process of kind of washing away, but that will occur as we head into the afternoon. You can already see the effect of the easterly wind flow with a few scattered showers over on the other coast, kind of generally drifting toward the coastline. That will continue on today, and that line of showers will make it all the way into our neck of the woods as we head into the afternoon, thanks to that easterly wind flow. The frontal boundary itself that I just mentioned, still in the process of decay. It'll eventually just wash away as we head into the next 24 hours or so. Its effect over us is becoming less defined as we have established this easterly wind, which is the key factor in our forecast over the next several days. The east wind continues. It keeps the sea breeze pinned pretty close to the coastline, which is the area in which the showers and thunderstorms will develop, and we'll have good rain chances. The forecast calls for a daytime high that tops out near 92 through the next couple of days, and rain chances at about 50%. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, looks like State Road 70 seeing your biggest slowdowns. Also 301 heading southbound and also northbound, seeing some extra cars on the roadway at 519 this morning. In Sarasota County, looks like some slowdowns as you head that area where it breaks off into 301 and 41. Also Bee Ridge Road heading towards 41. And in South County, pretty quiet. There is an accident though on I-75 northbound right before exit 191 at River Road. Well, are you looking to kick up your heels this weekend? In the spotlight this morning, there's a long-running dance party that's become very popular with the over 50 crowd.
But our Linda Carson tells us why this party may soon shut down for the summer.
These are some of the 150 to 200 people who come to the Saturday night dance party every week here at the Y. And they say this event is the event of the week.
Like women and dancing and snacks and music. So this is the place to be on Saturday night.
You can build a whole social network here.
You meet new friends, you make lifelong friends, and we're all like a big family here.
And newcomers are welcome. Sig Harder and his band play the big band music.
We play a full variety of all the ballroom dances, all the Latin dances.
These dances started years ago in Payne Park, then moved to the Euclid Avenue Y.
Mostly over 50, mostly singles, let's say 2/3 singles, and we also have couples coming. Many of them have met here over the years and got married.
Jerry and Barbara Safola are one of those couples.
There was a Payne Park singles dance, and Barbara and I met there, and it wasn't too long that we got married. And we met at a dance, and we've been dancing ever since.
His wife Barbara had never danced until she came here in her 60s.
I just started and just got better and better, you know, taking group lessons.
Admission is $10.
But the hugs and the friends are free.
Don Helen says the dancing is glorious.
It also keeps you young, it keeps you thin, and keeps you dancing up until you're 100 or better.
But there's trouble in paradise. Fewer dancers show up in the summer, and unless attendance improves, SIG will have to shut the dances down until fall.
Oh yeah, they're all upset about it, so I'm going to try to go as long as I can, but I can't go lose money week after week. And like I said, I need between 130, 150 just to break even.
These regulars are devastated. These dances are the highlight of their week.
Just hate for them to go for a couple months. You know, I hope, keep a finger crossed, they don't close.
The dances are every Saturday night here at the Euclid Avenue YMCA. Inside this room, the lessons start at 6:40. The band starts to play at 7:30. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, I hope Linda's story spurs some more interest. It looks like a fun activity.
I do too. I love for them to be able to get out and get the chance to dance, and especially these summer months, a good activity on a Saturday night.
Good way to meet new friends. 5:22, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll tell you how Tinder's news service lets you see who already likes you.
And at 5:30, we're less than 200 days into the Trump presidency, but the commander-in-chief is already preparing for his second run in office. Details on the high-dollar event raising funds for his second stint on the campaign trail coming up.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
And this is how we start on a Thursday morning. Pretty shot there. That's real.
Quiet out there right now. Only 5:24 on your Thursday morning, but still beautiful day out.
Yeah, it should be nice. Heading toward a nice holiday weekend. Big boat race this weekend. Friday night, tomorrow night. Downtown is shut down for a big block party.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you like it.
Well, Apple is releasing its new gadget a decade ago today that would eventually change how the world communicates.
And a piece of Star Wars memorabilia has sold for nearly $3 million at auction. ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have the details.
In today's Tech Bites, say happy birthday to the iPhone.
The first generation model was released 10 years ago today with a whopping 8 gigs of memory.
So the iPhone 8 is now due out later this year, likely in October. It's expected to have wireless charging and a fingerprint sensor on the front glass, unthinkable 10 years ago.
Dating app Tinder has a new option for its users looking for love. It's rolling out Gold, a premium service that lets users see all of those who swiped right or liked them.
So far, the service is only available in Argentina, Australia, Canada, and Mexico.
And someone found the droid they were looking for. An R2-D2 unit that was used in several Star Wars films has sold at auction.
The 43-inch tall droid was reportedly compiled from parts used throughout the filming of the original trilogy. The price tag, though, nearly $3 million.
Still not sure who bought it.
Nope.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Xeljanz.
Needles. Essential for him, but maybe not for people with rheumatoid arthritis, because there are options, like an injection. Xeljanz XR, a once-daily pill for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well. Xeljanz XR can reduce pain, swelling, and joint damage, even without methotrexate. Xeljanz XR can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Xeljanz XR if you have an infection. Tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz XR and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Needles. Fine for some, but for you, one pill a day may provide symptom relief. Ask your doctor about Xeljanz XR, an injection.
The top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jaffe Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, one of the highest cardinals in the Vatican is facing serious charges this morning. We'll have the accusations and his response.
Plus, gas prices are hitting record lows as we head into the holiday weekend. We'll take a look at some of the best deals right here on the Suncoast.
And Disney making plans to incorporate President Trump in its Hall of Presidents exhibit. But will his robot also speak? Those stories and more next on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Hey, good morning. Pretty shot there of the Rosemary District. Real tropical shot there. 5:30 on your Thursday morning, the eve of a holiday weekend. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. A big weekend here on the Suncoast. John, what's the weather looking like?
Hot.
Okay.
Hot. Lot of heat. Yeah, the sea breeze is going to be really kept close to the coastline, and a lot of places are seeing temperatures, especially inland, in the mid-90s. Tampa yesterday, 95 degrees. Looked at some reports from inland areas like Arcadia. They were at 90, almost 94 officially. So we're looking at a lot of warm temperatures. Now, with that comes some showers and thunderstorms. We had some around yesterday. They actually had a little bit better coverage near the coastline, and I think that'll be the case over the next several days as well. Quiet for your morning commute, though, not a whole lot of activity there. And the forecast planner for the next, about 6 hours or so, looks like a daytime high in the low 90s with about a 30 to 40% rain chance. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. All eyes on State Road 70. Some buildups in both directions on either side of 301 there. Sarasota County checking okay. Some Bee Ridge congestion there due to the ongoing construction project there. And then farther south, we'll check that and continue to see a problem around River Road in the northbound lane on I-75. Watch out for the accident there. We'll keep you posted. An update on that in 15 minutes.
Topping our news this half hour, it's only been 7 months into President Trump's first term in office, and the commander-in-chief is already preparing for part 2 of his administration.
The president held a high-dollar event to raise money for his second run. Andy Rose has the story.
President Donald Trump held his first re-election fundraising event Wednesday night at the Trump International Hotel in Washington. As protesters stood outside, attendees paid at least $35,000 to go inside. The decision to already look toward 2020 has drawn criticism, including from some Republicans.
The president is starting so early in the process, so early in his term, raising money for his campaign rather than focusing on the job of being president. And then furthermore, he's taking a cut himself because he owns the hotel where the fundraiser is.
Now, it's not out of the ordinary for sitting presidents to meet people with deep pockets.
President Obama, for example, met with all kinds of donors to his library in private, and they went out and raised money for it.
But Trump's fundraiser comes less than 6 months after he was sworn in, and that's about 2.5 years before Presidents Obama and George W. Bush held their first re-election events.
The only thing that is unusual is he's doing this so early.
I think the whole thing is disgusting, and the American people are going to get fed up with both parties if they don't fix our government and get the corruption out.
At first, the press was invited to cover the event, but shortly before it started, the White House said confusion led to reporters being left outside. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
Happening tonight, a revised version of President Trump's controversial travel ban will go into effect at 8 p.m. The new guidelines require people in 6 countries who want to enter the U.S. to prove a relationship with family already in the country. That means the applicant must have a parent, spouse, or offspring or sibling in this country. Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed parts of the ban to take effect. They'll hear oral arguments on the case in the fall.
A cybersecurity researcher may have discovered a way to stop ransomware attacks that have been infecting computers across the globe. An American researcher discovered what he described to ABC News as a temporary immunization to protect computers from a fast-moving virus that freezes files and demands a ransom payment to unlock them.
Sometimes if you pay, you get your data back. Sometimes they just take your money and move on.
The virus, believed to have originated in Ukraine, is aimed at a vulnerability in Windows operating systems. To protect your computer from ransomware attacks, experts say keep the security on your computer up to date, back up your data, and never open attachments from people you do not know. Next hour, we'll take a closer look at the threat and what it means to Suncoast residents. Developing overnight, one of the most senior officials in the Catholic Church is accused of a string of sexual assault offenses in Australia. Cardinal George Pell is facing multiple charges from several accusers. Pell has denied those charges and says he plans to return to Australia and defend the charges at a court appearance set for July 18th. Pell currently serves as a top advisor to Pope Francis and is also the Vatican's top financial advisor.
Back on Capitol Hill, more changes to the federal health care bill ahead of next week's vote in the Senate. Republican leaders postponed a vote this week, fearing not enough votes to pass the plan. After the announcement, the number of GOP senators publicly voicing opposition nearly doubled, now at least 9 defectors. The GOP can only afford to lose 2. Despite that, President Trump remains optimistic.
We'll see what happens. We're working very hard. We've given ourselves a little bit more time to make it perfect. That's what we want to do. I think this has a chance to be a great health care at a reasonable cost.
According to a new Marist poll, the Senate bill is supported by just 17% of Americans, and even among Republican faithfuls, support for this version of the bill is just at 35%.
Here in Florida, the state Supreme Court is figuring out what's next when it comes to the fight between Governor Rick Scott and a Central Florida state attorney. A lawyer for Aramis Ayala says there is nothing in state law that forces her to seek the death penalty. However, Governor Rick Scott previously stripped Ayala of 24 cases when she announced her office would not seek the death penalty for defendants charged with capital crimes. Her lawyer says the governor had no right to reassign those cases to another prosecutor.
The law is very clear here that there's nothing that requires it to be a case-by-case decision, that there's nothing in the law that requires her to seek the death penalty, and that a close examination of the law as it stands is going to find, as we argued here.
A state officer, as I understand it, did not exercise discretion on every case on what should apply, not apply, but announced, I'm not going to follow this law, so every case. Well, how is that really within the concept of discretion?
A lawyer representing Governor Rick Scott says there has never been a state attorney who set a policy of not seeking the death penalty. Justices have given no time frame on when they may reach a ruling.
An update now on Orlando's Pulse nightclub shooting. Federal prosecutors are asking a judge to keep a charge against the wife of the shooter. Prosecutors filed a response to a request from Noor Salman to dismiss a count she's facing for obstruction. She was also charged with aiding her husband, Omar Mateen, who opened fire at the nightclub last year, killing 49 people. And despite a report that President Trump would be silent in Disney World's Hall of Presidents attraction, Disney now confirms the animatronic version of the president will have a speaking role. Disney is closely working with the White House on Trump's wording and a recording session with the president. The attraction closed in January for renovations and will reopen later this year.
A recall alert this morning as Ford is recalling more than 400,000 vans and buses to fix cracked drive shaft couplings that can cause the vehicles to lose power. The recall covers North American vans, buses, and cabs with medium, long, and extended wheelbases from 2015 to 2017. The coupling can separate from the drive shaft, causing loss of power or unintended movement while it's in park. It can also damage surrounding parts. The company says it's not aware of any crashes or injuries from the problem at the time, but they are working on a permanent solution. And a recent survey from Bankrate.com finds that new cars are too expensive for most Americans. A middle-class household today can only afford an average-priced new car in one of the 25 largest U.S. metropolitan areas, such as San Francisco, Boston, Minneapolis. Surprisingly, the worst metro areas for affordability include Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale, right here in Florida. And some drivers on the Suncoast are now finding gas prices below $2 a gallon.
Yeah, with the holiday weekend fast approaching, you may wonder where you can find the best deals. Our Jess Dowdrick has some ideas.
One look at the price for a gallon of gas and Suncoast drivers can't help but smile.
I am loving it. It's great because I'm so used to paying like $40 to fill my tank. Now I can just cut it in half and do 20.
The cheapest gas can be found in Bradenton at this speedway on 87th Street East, just off of I-75, $1.98. And in Sarasota, the cheapest gallon of gas is just a penny more, $1.99 at Costco at the Sarasota Square Mall.
I saw $2.07 and $1.97 so far.
The average in Florida is $2.16 per gallon. That's 4 cents cheaper than last year. Sue Fitzgerald with AAA Sarasota says Port Manatee is helping to keep Suncoast gas prices some of the cheapest in the state.
The supply of gas is there. There's a lot of U.S. gas coming around.
AAA estimates that 44 million people will travel this July 4th weekend, and 88% of them will be on the roads. Nationwide, gas prices sit at an average of $2.85 a gallon.
In 2015, gas prices were $2.95 nationwide.
Not a big difference in price, but when you compare gas prices now to what they were 6 years ago.
In 2011, we were seeing $3.75 a gallon.
And Gas Buddy predicts that the prices will continue to drop, as they have for most of the year so far. Jess Aldrich, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And with July 4th falling on a Tuesday next week, many employees have the day off, and that means some closures throughout Sarasota and Manatee counties. All public libraries will be closed on Independence Day. All trash and recycling collections will also be postponed. Government offices will be closed, and G.T. Bray Recreation and Skate Parks in Manatee County will be closed. However, Blackstone Skate Park will be open. SCAT and MCAT buses will not operate, but the Anna Maria and Siesta Breeze trolleys will operate along with the Manatee Beach Express.
Manatee County is Florida's first platinum certified green government. Florida Green Building Coalition gave the certificate to the county for its green initiatives. That includes the county's energy-efficient downtown chiller plant, the countywide transition to single-stream recycling, and community events such as Manatee Library's Teen Recycled Fashion Show. That show featured young fashion designers and models showing off their creations using, recycled materials. And Manatee Technical College, celebrating after their latest round of law enforcement recruits, are now graduates. MTC graduated 15 students from its Florida Law Enforcement Academy earlier this week. 6 of the graduates come from the U.S. military, and 5 have already been offered employment with local agencies. Congratulations to all of them. That's great. Imagine 15 new broadcasting graduates. None have job offers.
Well,
30% employment in the law enforcement biz.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah,
great careers for them ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Much needed. We have across the region some warm temperatures and a chance of more rainfall near the coast. That's a good thing. Talk about that in a minute.
All right, John. Still ahead, some say sitting for long periods of time is bad for you, but can it get rid of that progress you've made through exercise?
We'll tell you how this can impact your daily lifestyle next in Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is accepting calls to see if you're eligible to enroll now. You may be able to get extra benefits including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're eligible to enroll and may be able to get extra benefits now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature coming in at 74 degrees with the dew point pretty close to it, making it kind of, again, today, a humid start. We have plenty of available moisture out there to build showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that's what we'll do. East wind coming in at about 3 will keep that sea breeze pretty close to the coast, just as it did yesterday. Around the area, we have in Wauchula, 76, 75 in Arcadia, Mayaca at 75. In Parrish, 75, Bradenton, 75, Lakewood Ranch at 75. In Northport, comes in at 75 as well. So you see the temperatures are kind of uniform, except along the immediate coast where they are a degree or two warmer. 77 Longboat Key, 78 degrees in Inglewood. Across the region today, we aren't seeing a lot in the way of any rain showers during the morning commute. That should be a dry morning commute, but the trip home will feature more showers and thunderstorms. Most of it will occur during the early evening hours, just before sunset, and then continuing on into a few hours after sunset. Not much in the way of any rain showers, though, locally currently, and none anticipated. Big showers, though, back to the north of us and to the west of us along the Louisiana Delta region stretching into the Florida Panhandle. There's an old frontal boundary kind of stalled out there, and in the process of decay, it's hard to even define the front, but there is still a wind convergence line there, plus an onshore wind flow helping to produce those showers. The frontal boundary itself washes away its impact on the state of Florida, becoming less and less as this easterly wind flow has established itself. That keeps the front close to the coast and keeps our temperatures warm. The east wind will continue into the weekend. We'll have that sea breeze kept close to the coast, so a lot of the area will see temperatures in the low to mid 90s. And good chances of rainfall right along the immediate coast, I think. We'll see the showers build near that sea breeze collision zone and then gradually drift out into Gulf waters, just as we have seen yesterday. Tropics look fine. Nothing here that concerns us over the holiday weekend. The Caribbean looks good. Gulf waters and the near Atlantic all look just fine. Forecast calls for good boating weather, southeast wind at about 10 knots. And as far as the forecast for the rest of the week goes, daytime highs in the low 90s, 50% rain chance. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic, looks like 301 heading southbound, seeing a lot of delays if you're heading throughout that area. Also, State Road 70, both east and westbound. I-75 and 41 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns on Fruitville Road as we head to 41. Also, 41 heading northbound as you pass Bee Ridge Road, excuse me. Taking a look at traffic in South County, pretty quiet. There is an accident, though, on I-75 northbound right before exit 191 at River Road. It's 5:50 on your Thursday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, some say that exercise is good for your health, of course, but sometimes too much sitting can be bad.
We sit here for 3 hours a morning.
I know.
But did you know that spending excessive amounts of time seated can erase benefits you get from exercise? It's true. Kim Hutcherson explains.
A growing body of research indicates that too much sitting can be harmful for your health, even if you exercise regularly. Researchers pooled results from more than 40 studies and concluded that the more time people spent on their backsides, the greater their risk of premature death, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Regular exercise appears to mitigate some of the harmful effects of prolonged sitting, but not all. An analysis of more than a dozen studies found that at least 60 minutes a day of moderately intense exercise is needed to counter the risks associated with prolonged sitting. Experts usually recommend about 30 minutes of daily exercise. But one study found that even these hour-long workouts don't reverse sitting's negative effects on insulin levels and blood fats. However, there are things you can do in addition to exercise to reduce your sitting time. At work, stand for a few minutes every half hour. If possible, use a desk that will let you work both standing and seated. Park as far as possible from entrances, so you'll have to walk a little bit more. And don't just sit on the sofa when you're at home. Do some chores or just stand periodically while watching TV. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
And that's why during commercial breaks, I'll sometimes lay down and stretch, and she'll take my picture and put it on social media.
It's entertaining. People find it entertaining.
I got my revenge, didn't I, one day? 5:51, still ahead. We'll update the day's top local news headlines. And we've all heard about bat boys at baseball games, but bat dog?
We'll show you how this one happy little pup is cleaning up for professionals. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America. Let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Nice way to start the day. Looks like we're in Southern California.
Well, unfortunately, we are completely on the other side of the country, but it is beautiful out there. Beautiful shot over the Suncoast this morning. Love it. Love all those shots.
Oh, great shots, yeah.
Welcome back, 5:55 this morning. Let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast today.
The case against the Punta Gorda police chief will now go to the jury. The judge refused a defense request to throw out the case. Chief Tom Lewis could spend 60 days in jail for not double-checking an officer's gun last year prior to a fatal shooting during a Citizens Police Academy. That officer has since been fired.
Plus, troopers have made an arrest in a hit-and-run crash in Sarasota County. Jorge Martinez charged with leaving the scene of 2 crashes on June 17th. He first got in an accident on I-75 before getting involved in another crash near University.
And report cards are out. Sarasota County gets an A and Manatee County gets a B.
Finally this hour, take a look at this. This is Jake the Diamond Dog. He's a golden retriever that delivers baskets of bottled water to umpires at the Fort Wayne Tin Caps games. According to Major League Baseball websites, Jake helps minor league teams and umpires around the country. He is the honorary bat dog. Isn't he adorable?
That's so cool. What a great idea to have that kind of boost attendance and boost enjoyment, right?
Nice.
So cute.
Everyone wins. We'll have more local news headlines and John's forecast and traffic in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.